He began by reflecting on the attack that led to this latest escalation, October 7th, when Hamas operatives infiltrated Israel in a surprise attack that left 1,200 dead while taking around 240 hostages.
I once again demand the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages. In the interim, they must be treated humanely and allowed to receive visits and assistance from the International Committee of the Red Cross. The accounts of sexual violence committed by Hamas and others on October 7th must be rigorously investigated and prosecuted. Nothing can justify the deliberate killing, injuring and kidnapping of civilians or the launching of rockets towards civilian targets. At the same time, the onslaught on Gaza by Israeli forces over these 100 days has unleashed wholesale destruction and levels of civilian killings at a rate that is unprecedented during my years as Secretary General.
The vast majority killed in Gaza women and children, what Israel calls collateral damage, while criticism points to collective punishment of the Palestinians that speaks to violations of international humanitarian law by a state claiming broad self-defense.
Nothing can justify the collective punishment of the Palestinian people. The humanitarian situation in Gaza is beyond words. Nowhere and no one is safe. Traumatized people are being pushed into increasingly limited areas in the south that are becoming intolerably and dangerously congested. While there have been some steps to increase the flow of humanitarian assistance into Gaza, life-saving relief is not getting to people who have endured months of relentless assault at anywhere near the scale needed. The long shadow of starvation is stalking the people of Gaza, along with disease, malnutrition, and other health threats.
About the ineffective aid operations currently underway in Gaza, he warned that it was not possible under widespread and unrelenting bombardments, that aid operations faced significant hurdles at the border, and that those operations faced major impediments to distribution within the enclave.
The agreed routes cannot be used due to heavy fighting and debris, with unexploded ordnance also threatening convoys. Humanitarian notification systems to maximize the safety of aid operations are not being respected. In addition, frequent telecommunications blackouts means humanitarian workers cannot seek out the safest roads, coordinate aid distribution, or track the movements of displaced people who need assistance.
Pointing to rising tensions in the occupied West Bank and regionally, he warned that they might soon be impossible to contain.
Concerns about daily exchanges of fire across the blue line. These risks triggering a broader escalation between Israel and Lebanon and profoundly affecting regional stability. Tens of thousands of people in northern Israel and southern Lebanon have been displaced by the fighting, and humanitarian access in Lebanon continues to be constrained. I am profoundly worried by what is unfolding. It is my duty to convey this simple and direct message to all sides. Stop playing with fire across the blue line, de-escalate, and bring hostilities to an end in accordance with Security Council Resolution 1701.
Reiterating his long call for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza to ensure aid gets everywhere it's needed and to facilitate the release of the Israeli hostages held by Hamas. Shervin Briceby's SABC News, New York.